active.
Hi guys, welcome back. My name's Blakey, and today we're going to be making Big Isk with cheap ships. When I say Big Isk, I'm obviously talking relative to the price of the ship. We're going to be taking out a catalyst which costs around 10 mil. And the idea is we're going to be just low sec ratting. We're going to be looking for specific rats, but while you're in there, anything with a bounty, or a decent bounty anyway, we'll try and tackle. Things I like about this the most is the fact that you're risking so little. You get some decent low sec experience, and potentially there's some really, really good rewards out there. So now we're in low sec system of choice. All we're going to do is watch D-scan religiously, and we're going to walk around a few belts and see what we find.
Warp drive active.
So we jumped around a couple of belts and found nothing. This is the first time we found a battleship. Now to look at it, the bounty on it is 500,000 ISK. Not fantastic, but a couple of minutes work, well worth it. Plus you never know, it might drop some decent. Now the plan is very simple. We're going to burn at it as fast as we possibly can and try and get under its guns, because while it does a hell of a lot of damage, once it can't track you, well, it does very little. Now, the biggest risk to us here is other players. So you always want to be keeping one eye on that D-scan. Just keep spamming scan. Hotkey for that's V, unless you've changed it. Also on top of that, local's also your friend. At least you can see how many people are in there and how nervous you need to be. You've got to remember, certain ships aren't going to show up on your D-scan. Recon ships, for example, nor a cloak ship, so just because you see nothing on D-scan doesn't mean you're safe. So you can see how much damage we've taken at the start, but very quickly we'll get under his guns and that damage will drop off. We're still going to take a little bit off the cruisers, but this is a catalyst with T2 guns, it's got 8 blasters on it, so it shouldn't hold up for too long. As you can see, it's almost doing no damage now. Honestly, our biggest fear at the moment is just other players. Once again, just consistently check local and your D-scan. Once we get through the last of the armour, we should be golden. I see the difference now, quickly the structure goes down. More shots and it should be done. Now, it's not massive money, but it's still 500,000. Bear in mind the ship only costs 10. And a decent amount of loot. At this point we just want to get out the way and heal up.
Warp drive active.
Right, so pretty much healed up. And we're off to our next belt. Now here is what we're looking for. Anything that says the word clone soldier. I think the transporter ones are quite high up there. They do pack a bit more of a punch, but obviously the risks reflected in bounty and a potential cargo. So the bounty on this guy is 1.5 mil. Again, you know, not huge money, but we're only in a 10 mil ship to begin with. While I'm not 100%, I'm pretty certain this is something an alpha could do. So if you're relatively new to the game, this could be a good way to big money. Once again we burn him, but you can see how much harder this guy's hitting. So to burn it, basically you're using a micro warp drive, which increases your speed massively, but it increases your signature radius significantly, so it makes it a lot easier for him to apply damage. You can see the difference, how much more damage you're taking. What I need to be doing here is closing as much distance as possible. I'm still too far away. Now, I'm in a lot of danger here. I've overheated my guns, but I'm conscious I'm still in low sec as well, so I need to be very careful not to burn them out. The way the ship's set up, my structure actually gives me a bit more of a tank than the actual armour does, so I'm not in too much danger, but to be honest with you, there's no real need to cut it that close. You don't know what's going to jump in on you. What I'll do is I'll go away, I'll heal up, and then we'll come back for round 2. Here we are, closing back in on it. Now, I can't remember what I took my guns up to, but they're about 80 odd percent damaged, so overheating my guns isn't an option at this point, but obviously it's considerably more damage this time, so same tactics as last time. What we'll do, we'll close in as quickly as we possibly can. I know we want to get as tight to orbits as possible. Now I'm toying with different ideas for fitting this ship. Perhaps drop some of that structure bonus for maybe a mag stabilizer. Try and get even more DPS out of it. It's not just about killing them, it's killing them quickly, because obviously you are sat in low sec, so the more time you spend doing this, the easier it's going to be for somebody to find you. And so my armor's starting to get low again. This time we just pulse the micro warp drive once, and this will allow us to close the distance. Now if you look at the difference here, his lasers aren't touching us. This actually allows us to stay in the fight that little bit longer. There he goes, pop, 1.5 million in bounty. And look at that. Nearly a 20 mil clone soldier tag. All we're going to do now is run for Vegeta, try and get our low sec with that tag still on our hold. Now again, this is risky and it can go wrong, but if you think about it, that tag alone has paid for the ship and there's profit in there. So in my opinion, it's well worth doing. All I'll do now is quickly go through the fit for you all. Okay guys, so I'm not going to go through everything, but the general idea of this, in the rig slots we've got 2 Trimorph pumps and a blaster rater, just to increase our rate of fire and obviously our repair rate. We've got T2 blasters in the tops. They're reloaded with null and void, obviously we can vary them depending on our range. Really though, we do just want to be using null because the idea is we're getting as close to these big ships as we can, so they can't apply damage to us. You've then seen obviously what the micro warp drive's used for. We're just trying to close the gap as quickly as possible. Whether or not Afterburner will do the same job, I don't know, I've not tried it. In the lows we've got T2 armor repair, T2 damage control, which obviously applies resistance to everything, and then the reinforced bulkhead. The reason behind the reinforced bulkhead is if you look, the resists on our hull are actually better than the resists on our armour. But I've been doing that for a little bit now. You see how much money you can make on it. If you do lose it, it's a 10 mil ship. It's not the end of the world, so hope you have fun trying it out anyway. Thanks very much for watching, guys.